What if there's a better choice than Diet Coke sitting right next to it on the shelf? If you're trying to cut sugar and calories but need that caffeine, Diet Coke seems like an obvious choice. You may not like coffee. A Diet Coke won't even break your fast if that is what you do. But today we're putting Diet Coke head-to-head with Sparkling Ice plus caffeine. And we're not just comparing the taste, we're looking at the sweeteners, colouring, acids, caffeine, preservatives and added vitamins. And there's one ingredient difference that could completely change which drink you choose. So let's start with the biggest question. Which sweetener is actually the better choice? Aspartame versus sucralose. Diet Coke uses aspartame as its main sweetener. Sparkling Ice plus caffeine uses sucralose. Both are low-calorie sweeteners that provide sweetness without the large amount of sugar found in regular soda. So, if your main goal is cutting added sugar and calories, both drinks can help. Neither aspartame nor sucralose is better. Both are FDA approved, no nutrition, high-intensity sweeteners that offer sweet flavor without adding sugar or calories. But there is another difference that may surprise you. Look at the color. Diet Coke gets its classic dark color from caramel color. Sparkling Ice uses coloring from fruit and vegetable juice. That doesn't automatically make Sparkling Ice a health drink. But if you're comparing ingredient lists, Sparkling Ice does avoid the caramel colouring used in Diet Coke, and we're not done yet, because the next difference affects the flavour of the drinks, and potentially your teeth. The acid difference. Diet Coke contains phosphoric acid and citric acid. Sparkling Ice uses malic acid and citric acid. Phosphoric acid helps give cola that familiar sharp, crisp bite. Sparkling Ice doesn't contain phosphoric acid. But here's something important that applies to both drinks. They're acidic beverages. That means constantly sipping either one throughout the day isn't ideal for your teeth. So even though these drinks don't contain much or any sugar, that doesn't mean they're completely harmless for your dental health. And now we're getting to one of the biggest differences between these drinks. Which one has more caffeine? A 12-ounce serving of Diet Coke contains roughly 46 milligrams of caffeine. The Sparkling Ice plus caffeine we're comparing contains around 70 milligrams in 16 ounces. So Sparkling Ice actually gives you more caffeine in the larger serving. That could be useful if you're looking for a little extra caffeine. But it could also be a downside if you're sensitive to caffeine or drinking these late at night. And if you drink multiple cans, that caffeine can add up quickly. But there's still one major advantage Sparkling Ice has, and it's right on the nutrition label. Sparkling Ice adds vitamins. Diet Coke doesn't provide any vitamins or minerals. Sparkling Ice plus caffeine includes added nutrients such as vitamin A, several B vitamins, vitamin D3, vitamin E and antioxidants. So on paper, Sparkling Ice has more nutritional extras. But don't let that label fool you. A drink with added vitamins isn't automatically a healthy drink. You should still get most of your vitamins and nutrients from a balanced diet. Think of those added vitamins as a bonus, not a reason to start drinking multiple cans every day. I know what some of you are thinking. There are other drinks out there that are healthier, with better ingredients, that are carbonated, 0 calories and caffeinated, like Zevia. But with all due respect, they just don't taste as good. Now, let's put everything together. So, which one is better? If we are judging these two based on the ingredient comparison we're using today, Sparkling Ice plus caffeine gets the edge. Why? It uses sucralose instead of aspartame. It uses fruit and vegetable juice for colouring. It doesn't contain phosphoric acid, and it provides added vitamins and antioxidants. Diet Coke, on the other hand, has a much simpler formula built around carbonated water, aspartame, caramel colour, phosphoric acid, citric acid, potassium benzoate, and caffeine. But there's an important catch. Don't make this mistake. Sparkling ice isn't suddenly a replacement for water. It still contains a non-nutritive sweetener, preservatives, acids, and caffeine. And Diet Coke isn't a meaningful source of nutrition either. So if you're looking for the best everyday drink, plain water still wins. But let's say you're standing in the grocery store and your choices are Diet Coke or Sparkling Ice plus caffeine. Based on the ingredient profiles we're comparing today, I'd give Sparkling Ice the slight advantage. However, if you prefer Diet Coke and drink it occasionally, that doesn't mean you need to panic. The bigger picture is what you drink most of the time and how much you consume. So now I want to know what you think. Would you choose Diet Coke or Sparkling Ice plus caffeine? Drop your choice in the comments. And if you enjoyed this easy breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more simple comparisons. And remember to shop smart, not in the dark.